Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. I know there's a lot of people out there saying real estate bubble in 2021, 2020. Okay, all right, let's take a look into this. Let's see if there really is a real estate bubble. So, I'm labeling this real estate bubble. So first I'm gonna look at the previous bubble. All right, 1998 to 2007, Alt-A subprime market share. Look at the market share and look at the percentages here. This is per year. They had a ton of Alt-A and subprime mortgages out there, a ton. I mean, 50% in 2005, 40% in 06, 35% in 04. I mean, these all like went bust, and this is what it looks like in a different chart. Tons of subprimes, tons of option adjustable rates, tons of Alt-A's. Here's your prime, and then your agency. These are all garbage. Garbage. Here's another chart of it. I mean, just look how many billions of dollars, right? Well, we don't have that anymore. We've been way stricter on lending. So, housing market crash predictions. So in order for the housing market to crash due to many loans going into default when forbearance programs end, the number of loans in these programs needs to grow. A 30 to 50% crash in home prices that some of these people predict next year would require that loans in forbearance go above 10 million loans. That's what happened during this. This was 10 million loans. Actual forbearances fell 18%. That's what actually is happening, and is now standing at 2.97 million. So we're not close to this 10 million. The actual's at 3 million and declining. The number isn't growing, it's slowly shrinking, and I'll show you some charts later on. We just need to look back to 2008 when we had over 10 million delinquent loans. Due to the loosey-goosey lending standards of the time, many of these delinquent loan holders had little to negative equity. All those people had little to negative equity. Even if two people in a household were working and their loan recast, it would still have been hard to make the payment on the loans in the early 2000s. These people would have struggled to make these loan payments no matter what. They were bad loans. We do not have that with these loan forbearances. None of these factors exist in the market today. Today, while we are still early in the forbearance recovery phase, the number of potentially at-risk loans is under 3 million loans. Today's homeowners had a healthy financial profile when they originally purchased their homes and began their loans with some equity. After 8 years of price gains, the equity position has just gotten better. And with home prices continuing to rise in 2020, this nested equity is still rising. Mortgage demand, too, is at an 11-year high. This is a seller's market, my friends, not a market on the verge of a crash. Monthly supply data started to get bigger in 2006, 2 years before the recession hit in America. This monthly supply data got larger for 2 years before it hit. Housing data started to soften in 2005 after an overheated market. To spell it out, even if some forbearance homes hit the market, we have the demand to keep prices from crashes. This right here is the biggest failure of so-called housing bubble boys and their band of forbearance crash bros. This sounds like a Broadway play. Second, and more importantly right now, the US has the best demographics for home purchasing ever. We're talking about the millennials. We do not have an overheated multi-year credit bubble among mortgage holders like we had in 02 through 05. It's not existent. When one considers all these factors, does it really seem likely that we will have a 30 to 50% reduction in home prices due to a massive increase in inventory from forbearance loans due to a lack of demand? Demographics, mortgage rates, solid nested equity, jobs coming back, all of these make it seem that it's very unlikely for the bubble crash to happen next year. Here is the active forbearance plans. It ramped up and now it's coming back down. So, I got that from an article. It's very similar to what I think. What I think is when we look at those leading indicators, when we look at days on the market, inventory, house prices, and interest rates. There is no way that house prices could spin and turn on a dime from inventory that is 2 weeks in Colorado Springs to declining house prices. There's no way. There is no way. That metric, the inventory metric, the days on the market, all of those things have to rotate in reverse. And they're going to have to get exceptionally bad. You're going to have to go from 2 weeks all the way to 6 months plus, probably up to 9 or 10 months of inventory. You can't do that in 1 month. It's too many homes. It'd be like a quarter, it'd be like 25% of Colorado Springs just foreclosed. One day, boom, 25%. There's not that many loans in forbearance even. I don't see how that's possible. And you have to be the entire United States doing this. I just use Colorado Springs as an example. So they're going to have to go from a few months worth of inventory, 1 or 2 months worth, all the way to 10 months worth. And it'd have to turn on a dime and have to all come on board with a shortfall of housing at 4 million houses shortfall in deficit. It's just not going to, I don't see that happening. It would take a miracle. You'd have to have many problems with everyone who's in a loan forbearance would have to somehow just throw it on the market. And then another potential 4 or 5 shutdown COVIDs maybe on top of it could maybe derail this thing. Maybe 50% of America would have to go on unemployment. And it would have to be homeowners that are unemployed, not just, like people that work at McDonald's who don't own homes already, not people who are in high school that have high school jobs, not people who work at grocery stores. We're talking people who actually make quite a bit of money, who are qualified to build, who either have homes or are qualified to buy homes, would all have to get hit massively for that to happen. I don't see that happening, but potentially could slow down the market a teeny bit, but I think housing is going to go far higher. It does not resemble anything like the previous housing market bubble that we had, which was just 100% SHIT loans everywhere. We don't have SHIT loans. We don't have the foreclosures. We don't have the days in the market. We don't have the housing starts that we did in 2008, which they massively hypersupplied the market and everything came on at the same time for foreclosures. We don't have any of that. We are undersupplied by 4 million. We need housing starts to go way higher, and we only have 3 million in loan forbearance, and it's declining at a 20% clip. This is Finding Value. Hopefully you enjoyed the clip, and hopefully it gains you the confidence. If you are looking at purchasing a home, I would be doing it immediately because we have inflation coming from the housing market. Lock in those low rates, lock in your payments, lock in all that stuff now before it goes way higher. That is my opinion. If you like this content, please subscribe and click the like button. Thank you.